Hello, let's play a bunch of New York Times games, but first we reveal our dad joke of the day. For Friday, the 23rd, you heard that new band 1023 megabytes? They're good, but they haven't got a gig yet. Okay. I haven't heard that one before. That's pretty good. All right, this day in history. January 23rd, 1922, insulin injection aids diabetic patient. On January 23rd, 1922, at Toronto General Hospital, 14-year-old Canadian Leonard Thompson became the first person to successfully receive an insulin injection as treatment for diabetes. On January 11th, Thompson's first dose of insulin caused an allergic reaction, but the refined second dosage, given less than 2 weeks later, saved the life of the boy, who may not have survived more than a few weeks or months without it. By the early 1920s, many researchers strongly suspected that diabetes was caused by a malfunction in the digestive system related to the pancreas. At the time, the only way to treat the fatal disease was through a diet low in carbohydrates and sugar and high in fat and protein. Instead of dying shortly after diagnosis, diabetics on this diet lived for about a year. After the insulin injection, however, Thompson's health improved dramatically, and the University of Toronto immediately gave pharmaceutical companies license to produce insulin free of royalties. By 1923, insulin had become widely available, saving countless lives around the world, and Frederick Banting and John MacLeod were awarded the Nobel Prize in Medicine for their discovery of insulin. Saved countless lives since then. All right. Well, I would also like to thank the following members. Thank you to Drifting Shade for signing up as a new Tier 2 enthusiast member. Thank you so much for your support. Be sure to log into the website and set up your wheel entries if you haven't. Also, thank you to the following people who have started a new month: 89 Gel 1, Anna Sicombe, Richard Olson, and William Carey. Thank you so much. All right, well, let's start with connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We've got Stone Temple Pilot Lip, so the Stone Temple Pilots. So this is I'm guessing these get split up as a rainbow herring-ish type thing. I don't know if Lip joins it, but all right. We got Street, Cheek, Foot, Traffic, Eye, Acre, Flood, Meter, Garage, Lime, Bushel, and Valet. Valet's interesting. Blank parking, street parking, valet parking. Garage band. I have bands on my mind. Lip and cheek and eye are on the face. The temple is on the face. These could be parts of the head. I'm not entirely sure though, so let's hold off for just a second. See if we can find some other categories first. Stone. The British use that as a measurement of weight of people. What else could stone be? Obviously it's the object, right? But acre is another unit of measurement that's imperial unit of measurement. Maybe bushel, acre, and stone are imperial measurements. Meter is not imperial. Foot is. So these might be imperial measurements. And then we'd have temple, cheek, lip, and eye. I think I'm okay with that so far. Let's lock this one in. Imperial units, all right. And then we've got cheek, eye, lip, moved around. Cheek, eye, lip, and temple. Yeah, facial features. Okay. So I think pilot and temple, stone and, no, we did stone and temple already. So, okay. So there's nothing else to split up. It's just pilot is in one of the categories. One of these is green, so it shouldn't be too hard. Lime, garage, street. Traffic, signal, traffic. What does pilot go with? Palm pilot? Pilot light? Street light? Traffic light? I mean, garage light is a thing, but I don't know. Limelight is probably better. Like, I'm in the limelight. All right, this is purple, blank light. No. What's the other light? Flood? Okay, maybe I need to figure out the other category. We have flood, meter, valet, and garage that also are a one away. Garage, flood, meter, and valet. Ooh, I don't know. Street light, pilot light, limelight, traffic light. I don't know which one to remove. I think it's, I don't know. Does garage go in there? Is floodlight, meter light, valet light? I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out the other category. Let me highlight these. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. For some reason, it might. Let's see. Flood, meter, valet, and garage would also be one away. Let's say it was garage light, like the light in your garage. It's kind of weird, but then we would have flood, meter, and valet together. Meter, like something that measures, like your water meter, your gas meter, right? Or is it the unit of measurement? But I feel like it was there as a red herring for the imperial units. Uh, what else could it be? Flood? Floodgates? I don't think, I mean, one of these is green. It shouldn't be a fill in the blank. It should be something like synonyms or other easy connections. Straightforward connections, I should say. Why am I not seeing it? I I don't see it. So I wonder if the types of lights is actually green, and then we're actually looking for a purple here. Like if green just said types of lights, then it wouldn't have to be a fill in the blank, and then purple could be like a different fill in the blank or wordplay. Flood, like would flood? I don't is oh floodlight is a thing. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I think flood belongs with the lights. So what do garage, meter, and valet have to do with each other? Oh, are these parking? Yeah, so this is park. I think I actually said parking before. These are ways to park. You can park on the street in your garage at a meter, like the parking meters, and then you can valet park. Okay, and then the other one are lights. Kinds of parking. I didn't know which one was going to be purple. Words before light. Okay. Well, I made a pretty legit mistake. I'm sure I'm not the only one who did that. I thought I said parking earlier, and I just didn't see three other ones that all were for parking. Because I said valet parking. I'm pretty sure. Did I say street parking too? I don't know. Anyway, I got there eventually. Difficulty. I mean, we've got some amount of people are going to chase a one away, but I don't really think that makes it super more difficult. But it might lower the solve rate. So let's say it's a 2.3, their favorite rating, and let's say 75% solve rate. There's our street light. They gave it 3 out of 5. That's a pretty difficult one according to them. Ooh, 58%. Okay, so maybe there's more to it than let's look at the analysis. This is like a straight line too. There's a lot of guessing happening. I was 1 in 20,000, so some other people did the exact same game as me. It's pretty even on yellow, green, and blue. It's just people aren't getting the lights, at least not first. Second's about the same. Ever people who lost maybe got yellow but didn't get anything else. Interesting. All right, so we have 14% getting only yellow, 13% getting nothing, 7% got yellow, blue. So a lot of people were down to green and purple, which is exactly what I was down to as well. Okay, that's in line with my experience. Foot, acre, yeah. So putting meter in. So yeah, I guess there were two red herrings, like two categories that had at least 5 options, which was meter with units. If you didn't think of it as imperial units, as just measurement units, meter could go in there. So we got a lot of people trying meter in that. 56%. These are kind of combined with like similar mistakes as well. Putting traffic in with parking is interesting. Just parked in traffic. Putting foot in as just body parts. Okay, so that's another red herring. Putting street in with light is something I did. Yeah, this is the one I did. So I think there's going to be a bunch of people also putting street light in. And then street, foot, acre, and meter. I mean, these are units of measurement. I don't, maybe it's just not knowing bushel, not knowing, what's the other one? I don't remember. Anyway, trying to figure out the units. All right, what are people doing first? Yellow first is 19%. And it's actually more common to put meter in with the measurements than it is to. Oh, so it's stone. People not knowing stone as a measurement, which if you're British, you would know. If you're, it's interesting is that the British still use some imperial units that the Americans don't, like stone for measuring body weight. It's interesting. So putting meter in with that is very, very common. Street, or sorry, green is 13%. Getting green correct. That's interesting because most of the losing games were down to green, purple, or more than that. And so getting green first is probably extremely helpful. Parts of the body, putting foot in. Getting blue correct is at 9%. And then again, more meters in with the units. Okay, yeah, so there's just a lot of red herrings in this one, which caused it, mistake after mistake. Even if you weren't chasing one away, so there's enough of them that you could just keep making different mistakes. All right, well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do pips for Friday, January 23rd. We'll do the easy, medium, and hard. All right, how many fives do I have? I have 2 5s, but we're not putting a blank into a 9. So this is 5 3, and this has to be our 6. This has to be our other 3, which also the blank can't go into a 9. So this is going to be blank 5, and then this is 4 2. All right, 15 seconds. Pretty straightforward one today. Let's do the medium. All right. I do not have a 0 1. So if we were to draw out where these go, we can't put a domino in the 1. So we have to do this and we have to do this. Then we can follow that around. And then we know this goes like that. And this goes like that. So yeah, these are the forced dominoes. They're probably, it may have been just that these cubbies were enough to do it on their own. I think they were. All right. So both of these use a blank, and we only have 2 blanks. One of them's blank for blank 5, and one's blank 2. I don't know where they go. And then we have a 1 1 and a 1 5, which also are used by these. So obviously we're not doing blank 2 here and 5 blank here. That's not happening. So connected to the 1, we actually do have a 5. So we're going to have to do this. Because connected to a 1, we do not have a 2. And so now this is blank 2, just throwing out the 2. And then this is 1 1. So now this has to be a 6, but we throw out the rest. So it'll just be the leftover 6. Here we need to use a 4, and we just have a singular 4. We throw out that 5. This is another blank. Oh, I have a blank 6. I got lucky in not seeing that blank 6. I admit that was luck. All right. It's kind of crazy how sometimes I just won't see a domino and it helps my solve considerably. But the only thing that would have really changed is swapping these two. And I would have figured out pretty quick that we don't have a double 2. In fact, I think double 6 was our only double. So maybe another in was knowing we needed a double here. So that was 6s. And then that gives this for free. And once you have that, now there's only 2 blanks to use. And we could use that logic in the other order. All right. Let's do the hard. I wonder if I can draw these out at all. So the first thing I'm looking for is if we have a domino that adds to 3. The extremes are you're less likely to have a domino that adds to it. I'm not seeing one that adds to 3. This is 1, this is 2. It would be blank 3 or 1, 2. I'm not seeing it. So we're going to have to do this at the very least. We could also do this, though. Let's see. So this is required. This is required now. No, this is required. Same thing over here. And we don't know how this resolves. Now, do we have a 10? I guess that's a question. 5, 5 is 10. Do we have a 6? Yeah, we have 3, 3. Okay. So we gotta be really careful here. We could vibe the 5, 5 and 3, 3 into here. Do I have 2 dominoes that in total add to 12? That might be a tough question to answer. I could sum all these up. If I sum all them up, which I know takes time, but if I do that, I'll know what these 4 blanks add to, which may or may not be illuminating. But I guess let's find out. So I'm going to sum the cages first. So 5 plus 7 plus 7 plus 6 plus 10 plus 9 plus 3 is 47. So I did 5, 7, 7, 6, 10, 9, 3. Good. 47. So the board is 47. All right. And then these dominoes, we got 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 2 plus 5 plus 7 plus 10 plus 1 plus 7. That is also 47. Okay, so these are all blanks. That's extremely useful. All right. That's a blank. So I don't need, oh, shoot. I don't need the text. I can erase the text. Alrighty. That's double blank. This is blank 5 or blank 1? Okay, so if I tried to put the blank 5 here, these would have to add to 2. I do have 1, 1. If I put the blank 5 here, this would have to be more blanks. And I only have 1 more blank here. No, I don't have any blanks left. Okay. So this is blank 1, this is blank 5, and this is 1, 1. That's a good in. All right, these add to 4. We have 2, 2. We don't have any 1, 3s. We don't have any blanks left. So this has to be the 2, 2. Now this just adds to 7. What do we have left? We do have a 2, 5. We do not have a 3, 4. So it's going to be 2, 5. I have a singular 1 and a singular 2 left. I still have this 5, 5, and 3, 3. So we could have vibed that. And now I'm hoping that these just kind of work. Yeah, they do. Very cool. All right. Well, in this case, summing was extremely helpful. If you ever have a puzzle where every single cage has a fixed sum and you just have a few blanks that aren't in cages, consider adding up all the cages and adding up all the pips and see what the outies have to add to. All right, cool. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do the mini crossword for Friday, January 23rd. Let's play. Attach as one plant to another. Oh, attaching plants. Bind? I don't know. Email button with a backward facing arrow. The email button with a backward facing arrow. Is that reply? Make very excited. 2-time Best Actor nominee, Nick. I'm not sure. Total dork. Word that can precede piano, total, or staircase. Grand. Grand piano, grand total, grand staircase. Cut again as a lawn. Something. Remo. Company whose logo has a bite taken out of it. Apple. The Apple logo. Champagne glass. Oh, this is graft. You graft plants. Champagne glass is a flute. Laid back kind of personality. What are these? Make very excited. Amp up. Oh, type B. And this was dweeb. Okay, let's go over them. Graft, reply, amp up. It's Nick Nolte. And then total dork is a dweeb. We had grand, remo, apple, flute, and type B. All right, well, how'd you do? Let's do strands. Today's theme is none the wiser. So is this like we're tricking someone, we're being sneaky, or are we like playing on words and saying someone's like not wise? I'm not sure. We got to find words. Clearly ball is going to be a word. All right. What's going on over here? Wheelie. Ratatouille. None the wiser. Like sneaky or subversive. I don't know. What words are we looking for here? Let's get some letters. We have love. I did ball, love. We have loved. We have lover. Oops, lover. So we have enough for a hint. When I can't think of what the theme is going to be or what words are going to go with it from that, I often just have to start with a hint. There's something going on over here that's weird. I don't know what it is, though. So many L's. All right. I am going to grab a hint. Naive. So they're words for not being wise. Do we have stupid or dumb? I don't know. What kind of words are we using here? Grass? No. Naive. Low. Guile. Naive. Young, childish. What else are we looking for here? Day. Loser? No. It couldn't have been anyway. It would isolate this UST. Grabbing another hint. Callow? Callow. It rings a bell, but I wouldn't have been able to tell you the definition. What's going on here? Gullible. Gullible. So our spanogram goes top to bottom. Or bottom to top. Born yesterday. Okay. 2 more words. They're long then. Trace. I don't know. Cart. Cartle. OULD. Soul. Soul. I'm just going to use a hint. What? Artless? Okay. Credulous? All right. I don't know. I had a tough time with these words. How'd you do? Hello. Today's bonus game is Hang 5. So we need to guess 5 words that share a hidden theme. We can try to figure out the theme, but it doesn't tell us until we win or lose. The darker blue spots are vowels, and they're the only places vowels go. They consider A, E, I, O, U a vowel, not Y. And we have to guess 1 letter at a time. It'll reveal on the grid anywhere the letter appears, and if it doesn't appear, then we lose a life. If we were to guess a vowel, even if it appears on the puzzle, we lose an extra life on top of that. So we want to avoid doing the vowels until we have all the consonants. Then we do the vowels and finish the puzzle without losing lives. All right, so most common letter consonant is T. So I'm going to start with that, if I can click in there. All right, lots of T's. Now, I think R should be okay. Ooh, interesting. So we got 3 consonants in a row here, something TR. You have to consider whether it's a syllable break. Why don't I grab an S as well? Oh, STR, okay. Maybe it's a word? Restrap. What else is going on here? 2 consonants here. I'm going to try an N then. No N's. Okay. How about L? There's an L there. Okay. Maybe I'll grab a P. Lots of P's. Okay. Pulpit. Pulpit, like your places you speak from. Maybe that's not stand because that's a vowel. Well, there's no N anyway. Pulpit. What goes after this P? Could be a syllable break. Should I see if there's a Y or a C? I'm going to try for C. No C's. How about Y? No Y's. Uh-oh. I need to figure out more of these words. Soup. What's gonna do this? W? Maybe a D? What are we? We're probably ending in E here, right? So like stage, maybe. Okay, the pulpit, the stage. We need more words for like places you speak from. So is this not rest? Is it oh maybe rest? Rast, rost. I'm not sure about that one. What are other places you speak from? Oh, I can't think of any. Okay, pulpit, stage. Maybe could we have a D? Oh, the D is here. Oh, podium. Horse, podium. Rostrum or something? I don't know. I don't know this word. I hope the vowels just come. So I just need this word. Pulpit, podium, stage. Rostrum, I think rings a bell. And soup. The soup box. Soapbox. There we go. So there's definitely an E and an A for stage. There's an O for soapbox. There's an I for pulpit, and there's a U. Okay, so it has all the vowels, luckily. It was rostrum. Okay. Well, I got it with 2 lives left. I'm always happy when I solve it at all. It only had a 59% solve rate today, so that was pretty nice. Yeah, if you're trying to guess letters, I don't think X is going to come up. So you have to figure out soapbox, or you're not going to win this one. All right, cool. Well, how'd you do? And let's spin the bonus wheel and see what we're going to play tomorrow. All right, Arch Nemesis suggested New York Times Flashback. So this is a game that is actually weekly, and you have to organize events in order of when they happened. All right. And that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like to watch Wordle, you can click at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, want to leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.